was a very unconventional. So I come from with the mentor support I had over the years. So that helped me to shape the leader. The transparency brings a trust. That's where I'm developing my skills, my experience. My experience with the Director Institute has been invaluable.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, a podcast series brought to you by the Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. I'm Sunny Pancholi, and today we are truly honored to have with us an exceptional leader in the field of investment banking and corporate finance, with over 16 years of experience navigating complex financial landscapes. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Mahaveer Reddy Meka. Welcome to the podcast, and thank you for joining us, Mr. Mahaveer.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure today, and also it's privilege to be to be with the FaceTime with the leaders, sharing my journey with you and all the audience over here. I'm so excited to share my experiences, and yeah, looking forward to uh, uh, a good journey with you as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Mr. Mahaveer, you have had an incredible journey in corporate finance and investment banking, leading major projects and innovations. So, could you share how your career in finance began and what were the pivotal moments that helped shape your career? Also, we would love to hear how your experiences have guided you to your current role as CFO.
Yeah, absolutely. My journey into finance was a very unconventional. So I come from a village background, and then I did an MBA. At the time of during my intern with Indian Bank, so I developed a passionate in the finance. That's where it sparked my interest. My mentor suggested because the Mumbai is the finance hub. Then from there, I moved to Mumbai and started my career in finance field. That's where I come across so many organizations and so many mentors as well. It was a very incredible journey for me to learn and take up a leadership positions and advising many MSMEs, doing a corporate finance, and I enjoyed the challenge navigating all these complex financial landscapes across the global level and with various multiple mid and large small organizations. That along with the mentor support I had over the years, so that helped me to shape the leader I am today.
That's really inspiring to hear, Mr. Mahaveer. So, with your vast experience across sectors like international trade, supply chain finance, and treasury risk management, I'm sure you have had some defining moments in your career. So, if you had to choose, is there a particular project or role that had the biggest impact on shaping your career? And also, I would love to hear what made that experience so significant to you.
Yeah, this is a great question. If I had to choose one, it would be large scale trade finance, multinational trade financing project, which involves around 20 plus parties across the multiple countries. Uh, that is where the challenge and the complexity has come in, because each country has a separate regulations, and I have to structure it such a way that everyone is happy, and at the end of the day project will be executed in a successful way. So it was a very fast paced global and with a high level of risk management, I would say. What made it so significant was the learning curve, I would say, because when it involves so many parties across the chain, the supply chain, and now getting it onboarded and also negotiating with them, and that taught me importance of the strategic risk management and the value of a strong and cohesive team as well. That project, in fact, shaped my approach to the leadership and helped me to see not just finance as just not as numbers, but as a way to drive, innovate, and growth. So that is the is the experience which I got it from that kind of a projected global project.
Amazing, amazing, Mr. Mahaveer. That sounds like such a defining experience and really insightful. All right, so moving ahead, you have worked with over 500 domestic and global companies and have raised more than $1 billion in funding, which is like sounds incredible. So, in your experience, what do you think has been the key to navigating such high stake projects, especially with the financial world constantly changing, And I would love to hear your thoughts on how you have managed to stay successful in such a dynamic environment.
Yes. So in this case, what I think is the flexibility and foresights are the key. Finance is, as you really said, it's a very dynamic market, and one should adapt to the rules and regulations and the environment. So the continuous learning and adaptability which one should require in this sector. Personally, I always relied on three core strategies: staying updated with the market trends, fostering strong relationships, and maintaining risk management. So these three pillars not only manage uncertainty but also turn into opportunity for me. Uh, just to give you an example, recently I had to go through one of the project which suddenly changed due to the regulations. So we, being a very dynamic role in the project, immediately we anticipated and adapted the new rules and regulations. So that allowed us to stay on track. So again, I mean to say, it's a very dynamic environment, as you said, but if you are prepared to evolve, you can navigate those high stake projects with very confidently you can execute it.
Please said, Mr. Mahaveer. Evolution and adaptability are the key to success to any businesses or any profession. Great. So, Mr. Mahaveer, as CFO, you're often at the center of decision making and communication between the leadership team, investors, and stakeholders. So, what governance practices do you think are essential in building that trust and maintaining accountability across the board? And I would also love to hear how you approach this, especially in a fast-paced environment like yours.
Yes, see, in all occasions, I was a CFO and previously and a director for one of the fintech company as well. So on this previous roles, so the what is the key is the transparency, and able to clearly communicate with all levels of stakeholders in the organizations. Especially between the leadership and stakeholders. So the transparency brings a trust. So this is what I have done as a CFO and director, and I always make it a priority to align financial goals with the long-term objectives of the company. So what happens is, in this scenario, so everyone is aligned on the same page to achieve the common goal. So and also as a CFO or a director in finance, so you need to have a clear communication and controls in place. One such thing is always the audit reports. We have to make sure, and also right balances and checks which are required to be in place for organizations to grow. So what I would say is it should be accessible to all the parties, to the stakeholders, and it's easily understandable. That is where the finance, the real finance comes into the picture. It is not about the giving a very complex things and report to the management which they don't understand. So at the end of the day, these easily accessible reports will give them an understanding that derives into the decision making in a structural manner. So at the end of the day, what we are doing is building a trust about being accountable, and also ensuring that every decision is made with the organization long-term strategic objectives. So this is what I enjoyed I'm doing in the last couple of years, and it's a very challenging and fun with the leaders.
Mr. Mahaveer, thank you for sharing that perspective with us today. Also, you have had an impressive career leading major financial initiatives and working closely with executive teams. So, looking ahead, do you see yourself transitioning into a board level role? And also, I'm curious, how do you think your experience in governance and finance would shape your contribution in the boardroom, especially when it comes to making key strategic decisions?
That's definitely something I see in my future. That's where I'm developing my skills. My experience in governance and finance has given me a broad perspective how businesses operate at a strategic board level and also in the operational level. So in the boardroom, I believe with a good governance and the experience in finance, I can actually give a unique balance. So that will help keeping a bigger picture in the mind and come up with a strategic solution for that. So I've always been passionate about shaping long-term strategies. So at the same time, ensuring the financial stability of the companies. So those qualities would help me contribute meaningfully and to any of the board from MSME to large corporate and listed companies. So that is a really very exciting direction. I'm looking forward to the opportunity when the time is right. It's a good market, bull market now. I'm absolutely very confident that our companies with this kind of experience and leadership positions, I can make it to the global level.
Absolutely, and we wish you all the success. And it sounds like you are well prepared for the boardroom level role. Okay, so as we move ahead, we have reached to our last question. So here is it. As we wrap up our conversation, Mr. Mahaveer, I would love to hear your thought on how your time with the Directors Institute has helped refine your understanding of ESG and corporate governance. And how do you think these insights have impacted the way you approach leadership and decision making in your current role?
Yeah, my experience with the Director Institute has been invaluable, I would say, uh, because deepening for my understanding of ESG, environment, social governance, how it is shaping up over a period of time. So this integrates my basic knowledge of finance and with the combining with the ESG, so that can help to derive very good business strategies, not just as a regulatory perspective, but as a sustainable driver growth for any of the companies objectives of the company, and individually myself also. This has significantly influenced my leadership skills, my leadership approach. So it's a long-term impact of decisions to all stakeholders, from investors of the community to the shareholders of the community. So it's made a stronger advocate to the responsible governance, and of course, I carry those insights into the day-to-day operations and decision making as a CFO or a director of the company, as a CEO. In fact, any of leadership roles which I take in future.
Mr. Mahaveer, I greatly appreciate the insightful experiences you have shared with us today, and your expertise in corporate finance, fintech innovation, strategic leadership truly highlight your impact as a leader in the industry. I'm certain that your journey and advice will inspire many finance professionals looking to make their mark. So, thank you so much for your time and for being a part of FaceTime with Leaders. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's been pleasure discussing with you on this new upcoming dynamic ESG and the leadership which you're giving a thought processes. And yeah, thank you. I carry those along with my journey.
To all the young leaders watching our episode for today, we look forward to bringing more inspiring stories and valuable insights from visionary leaders in our upcoming sessions. Until then, continue striving for excellence and embracing the opportunities ahead. Thank you so much and have a nice day.